Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Independent Mouth. I'm your host, Anthony. All right. So we went out of the normal range of people that we end up getting, right? We have Mr. Einar Haroldsson. Now, this man, and you can always correct me if I'm wrong. What people are going to want to know, are you, sir, a Viking?
Pure Viking.
Pure Viking. All right. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I want to make sure. This man hails from outside the regions of the United States, and it is Iceland, correct?
Yeah.
Where the majority of your work is done. He is a professional actor, making his way, making his rounds through the United States markets. I've been lucky enough to capture this fish as he's making his rounds. So, how you doing, man? Thank you for coming on the Independent Mouth.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm
Oh,
doing fine.
We're grateful to have you, man. Can you give a little update of what you've been doing, what it's like kind of going through some of this American press, and give an update of what you guys have been doing and what you've been doing so that the audience is fully aware and they can get to following you and see the stuff that you got going on, man. Can you kind of give that to the audience for me?
Yeah, I'm a former police officer in Iceland for 20 years. I'm retired. And now I'm a professional actor. So I changed my.
How did that happen? Can you?
Yeah, I will tell you.
I always hear this. What is it with police officers, whether you're here or abroad, that want to get into acting?
It's because we get advice from the celebrities. We have been maybe escorting or either bodyguards, and they advise us to when we retired. That's good stuff. So I was, for example, I was in with the LAPD for 6 weeks, and my colleagues there, they were bodyguards for celebrities. So I met many of them, and they advised me when I retired.
Okay, so you hung out with the LAPD, which is very different than Iceland. So how what was that? Was that like a culture shock for you when you came here and you're like, what the hell is this?
Absolutely. I was a Secretary General for International Police Association. It's a group between police officers, and I was in the Icelandic section, and they invited me to visit them.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed there for 6 weeks, and this was a real culture, difficult or different.
How do you like the Southern California weather compared to Iceland? You know, from what, I'm just going to be completely ignorant, right? How is Iceland? How is Iceland compared to here, right? Is it like, what are the major differences that when you came and stayed for 6 weeks, you're like, you know what, I really missed this about Iceland?
The most different is the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and but I have been in LA many times, and I love the place. I love Southern California. That's why when I travel, I go there.
Yeah. All right, so you'll pick Southern California over Florida, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, he knows the humidity. He's like, we're good, right? All right. So what are some of the big things? Like you said, you've been in the police industry for a while, man. First and foremost, thank you for your service. I don't care if it's, in my neighborhood or where you are, man. That's a job that you're not exactly getting praised all the time the same way as an actor, right? It's
no.
From what you're getting, but you're putting your life on the line on a regular basis. How different is it, would you say, maybe being a police officer or going to the levels and the height that you've gotten in those associations, compared to here? What are some major differences?
Major difference is that we don't carry a weapon. Yeah, we don't. We have our own SWAT team, which if we need some weapon, we call our
You guys carry water balloons or what? Like, what happens when the guy robs a bank, he's running away. Do you just you throw banana peels and stuff, hoping he slips? Like, what do you guys do?
No, we don't have a bank robbers or anything like that. That's why.
Could you just see the cop running up, throwing banana peels in front of the people? He's gonna go down in a minute, right?
The crime here in Iceland is not.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different, right? It's different perspectives and where you come from. And I've always been, I've always loved geography in that sense, and cultures and history, and learning about, and that's why I make the joke, are you a Viking, right?
Yeah.
But when we look at, all of the history of how all these worlds come together, there's so many intertwining pieces between cultures and where they go. What do you say the biggest thing that was taken from America, and brought to Iceland, that you guys hold dear? Because we don't know that, right? We don't see that stuff in the entertainment or press and things like that. What's the biggest thing that people in Iceland take from America and they're like, we like this?
No, we don't take anything from America. We bring everything to America. That's it.
He said, screw this. I don't want what America's got. You guys take what we got. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about your projects, man. Talk about some of the stuff you got going on, because people who don't pay attention to that, you're a big deal. You're somebody who's more known, right? You have a popularity, you have a following. Can you talk about some of the things that you're doing there, the projects that you're involved in, and how the people here can follow that, see it, get to it, and know what you're doing?
Yeah, we have. I have been in a few projects. We have in the TV series, and it's about 8 TV series, which will be on air this year and next year. And movies, I've been in movies, American movies, 2, which will be later this year or next year also. It's all. There's nothing is on air yet, but hopefully soon.
Well, you have everything kind of preloaded for people to go find you. So as we're here, give them the direct links to places to find you, whether that's social media or a website, so that we're going to come back to that again in about 10 minutes. But give everybody right now, for them listening, if they want to go look, how do they find you?
They can find me on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube also. And and they have to, if they want to see the series, there's only one series coming out now, Sisterhood called, and I just finished another one called Black Sands. So they can find me there on this.
That's awesome. So what are you doing now that you have like all this stuff preloaded, right? Is your days consumed with press events? What's it like after you've done these things? Now, like, now what are you doing, right? Are you being creative and trying to get other projects, or working on stuff currently? Or right now, is it kind of, I've got a bunch of stuff that's going to come out, here's my goal? What are you doing right now with all this, now that you have all this stuff coming out?
Well, now I'm just relaxed. Each time I finish the one project, they call me to get another. So they say my age is so good in this, and they say I'm so fatherly when I'm in this project. I'm so good. I'm just like a father. I'm just like a grandfather. I'm very busy. I'm actually very busy.
Well, I mean, come on, you were fighting crime, and now you're making movies, right? So the transition's got to be very different. What kind of, you've learned a lot of tricks, obviously, being in those levels of law enforcement and stuff like that, that you're able to bring into your movies, right? Are all your movies like, oh, I'm law enforcement man, or are you doing different roles, that really give that depth of who you are as an actor?
Most of all of my roles are, I'm a detective, I'm a police officer, They say because that's what you know all about.
Yeah.
So that's why when I'm looking to when I get into the States, I want to get into some TV series there. Yeah, maybe as a police officer or detective or.
But wait. In the movies, they make you have guns. You were used to throwing bananas at people. You need training on how to use the gun now? Do they come in and go, oh no, Einar is here. This is a gun scene, Einar. We need you. No throwing bananas, no oil slicks, no bags. What are we doing here, Einar?
Well, I take the banana and eat it, and then I take the pistol.
And that's ad-libbing. I hope the directors don't get mad on you eating a banana while you're trying to shoot somebody trying to rob a bank, Einar.
Of course, we learn how to shoot a pistol in the police. I know how to handle the gun.
That's hysterical. Now, you said they look at you like, fatherly, and you bring that comfort and trust, right? I mean, probably a lot of it has to do with like, hey, he was a police officer, we trust him, right? Like we all know on how that goes. Does that turn into, you've been around it for a while, but you mentoring, towards other actors or younger actors, right? And being a positive in this space for people coming up and giving them not a roadmap to acting, but more character, right?
Yeah.
Are you doing that? Because let me preface this a little easier that you can go with, which would be, we have troubled teens everywhere. We have troubled youth, right? And they go about their own ways, and they get into something that could be so monumental to shaping them as a human as they get older. Yeah. Now, you've seen both sides of these lives, right? You've seen the good side, the bad side. You've seen, a successful actor and a non-successful. What kind of information are you passing along to those younger ones that you are being fatherly to, or they can confide in you? And it's not taking them over, but more so like, hey man, like, just patience. These things happen over time. What are you instilling in them?
Well, I was on a set for 2 days ago. I was playing grandfather. And one of my grandkids.
Shocker, Einar. Go ahead.
He came to me and said, "Oh, so good. You're just like my grandfather. How many grandkids do you have?" He said. Oh, I said, I have 7 grandkids. So
7? You got a litter.
Yeah. Yeah. So they like to be around me because I have a good humor. I make them laugh. I encourage them to do this and that, especially young. I cannot say anything to do with the elder actors, of course. They know better than me.
Yeah. Well, you seem to like to have a lot of fun, and you're jolly, not like Santa Claus jolly. I'm not calling you, fat or anything. But what I'm saying, your temperament and just you're a happy, fun person by nature, right? Is comedy something that you want to go into because that is more of a natural feel, like kind of like a Naked Gun series, right? Where but it's comedy, right? It's the spoof. Like, is that on the repertoire for you? Because like that's the first thing that comes up the second I talk to you is like, dude, I need banana peels, oil slicks, fun stuff, around all of this for humor. Has that seeped in for you?
Yeah. This is one of my also I can also play it in like that stuff, comedy. Because I always have a good humor. I make people laugh.
Yeah.
Everywhere I come.
Well, give us some good jokes. All right, give us a dad joke. Do you have a dad joke? Do you have a really corny dad joke that you could throw at us?
No.
Okay. You won. You already won. You didn't even have a joke, and you got everybody to laugh. See, like this is the part of what he's doing. No, I mean, seriously, man, this has been understanding your journey and what you've come from. And the reason why I bring that up is I'd done a interview with former police officer who eventually became like a wrestling manager, for some big
Okay.
time wrestlers, and he's been a
Yeah.
detective for a long time. And so that's why I had asked you that question, because when you're making those transfers, you've seen so much stuff. It gives you a lot of life experience. It
Uh-huh.
allows you to play into those roles, right? So why I say that was, and that goes to my question with the mentoring, was he was able to give some of these wrestlers a different perspective to help that
Uh-huh.
character, right, go through the
Yeah.
things that you could do. So that's why I brought it up. But I wanted to say, to you, as a kid, what was it like for you? Where did you come from? How'd you get started? Why did you go into
The
becoming a police
police. Yeah.
officer as
Yeah.
opposed to just an actor from, the onset, right? Was that
Yeah.
always something that you wanted to do?
Yeah. It was two things I wanted to do when I was young: police officer or fireman. So I choose police officer.
Was it
I,
because you
I
didn't have a six pack? Or was it because you did, right? You said, I got him.
yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Go ahead.
No, no, it's a, it's a, what do you call it? I started in the police force 19 years old.
Wow.
And then, yeah, my brother and his friend, they sent in an application. They were older than me, and they got denied. So I said, I will try. I'm only 19. I will try.
Mhm.
I sent in, and they said, yeah, you're welcome. And then I showed my brother, hey,
I made it.
yeah. So I went to the police academy too, and yeah, it was a good time. I learned many things.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
Yeah,
Now, when are you planning to come out to the States, right? Do you have any planned dates to get out here?
yeah,
What's going on?
yeah. I have a actually so one movie will be taken in Dallas, like an extortion horror movie. This is what I was going to play detective sergeant in that movie. It will be in January. So
Well, when you
this
can
is
when you can give us uh the names or release the information when you're able to, definitely let us know, because we want to put it
yeah,
out there for people so
yeah.
that they can support your cause and follow your cause. Now, you can find Einar Haroldsson on Facebook. You can find him on Instagram. I mean, he's exactly what he looks like. He's not changing anything. He is the man, and you can find all of his work under those social media profiles. Is there a website that you have set up that?
No, no, I haven't, not yet.
Okay. Okay. So this is the part of the show where I ask you, what questions do you have for us, right? What kind of things do you want to take the audience on a journey? You can ask me questions. You can tell the audience more about the projects and more about you. What do you want to do? Do you want to ask questions? Do you want to give a little synopsis or story about everything that you are doing and who you are?
Well, I can ask questions,
Go ahead.
but but no, yeah, I'm not sure how things are really going on in the States. So I'm hoping I will get
We're
good
screwed,
feedback.
bro. We're screwed. If you've watched anything in the States, we're all messed up, man. We're all messed up. I'm not trying to get you in any trouble. Don't worry, but we're all messed up.
I hope I will get good feedback.
You know what? Here's the thing. Here's the funny part. This is why I love doing this podcast and what we've done for a long time. I do a news
Yeah.
and entertainment section. I obviously do interviews with, celebrities like yourself and others. What I always find funny is when you get people talking together, you get so much out of it, right? And you get these genuine stories, and that's why I love doing, what we're doing. But the whole benefit of this podcast is always getting the questions that people maybe haven't answered or haven't been asked before. So I would ask this of you. What was the most difficult time in your life?
Yeah, when I was in the police force, I was just started. And my first week, I went to 8 suicide missions. Yeah, that was my hardest as a 19-year-old.
How did that change you, man? How did that? What kind of outlook did that give? Did that push you away from it, or did it kind of
It made,
grab you?
no, it grabbed me, and I was stronger. I said, "Why are people doing this?
Yeah.
The silly things." Yeah, and that's why it made me much stronger than I was before. All that what I did in the forest, it made me stronger.
That's a phenomenal
Yeah.
and positive outlook on something that could really be viewed as dark, right? And
Yeah, especially when I was with the LAPD, it also made me stronger. How the things are there. Oh my God.
oh, well, I mean, there's a lot of drugs out there, right? How is
Yeah.
Iceland? You know, is Iceland the same way? Drugs wise, like how is it over there, you know, with things? Is it the same concerns that you saw here in LA, or, you know, just completely different? I mean, obviously you know, you don't have guns, right? Like
Yeah.
very different appeal. How did that feel? Actually, you know what? That's the better question. How did that feel to have a gun on your side? Right? Like, you know, if you're walking, if you did taser, whatever, but like it's an appendage that's different than what you were used to.
It's not good. I don't feel good to carry a gun, and we all the people here said we don't need it. Of course, we need it now. Before didn't need it, and now we have many criminals coming from Eastern Europe. That's why all kinds of mafia. They are very big.
Bad Europeans.
Strong.
Bad. Those Europeans are so bad.
Yeah. Don't say that.
It was me saying it, not you. Don't worry about it. No, I think, you know, look, this is part of the entire thing, man. You're understanding the different cultures, right? What is?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: what's your favorite food in Iceland?
Fish.
What is it?
Fish.
Fish?
Fish. Yeah.
Ooh, what is it in America?
Yeah. I think it's McDonald's in America.
Hey, you come out to Southern California, dude. I will get you pasta beyond days, cooked like an Italian.
Yeah.
You won't leave. It'll never happen.
When I go to America, I never eat McDonald's because I said I'm not traveling around the world eating McDonald's everywhere.
No, you got to get some Italian food, man. When you come out this way, I'm going to do like salad and pasta. I'll give you a big old bowl. You won't move off the chair for 3 hours. You'll do what all of us do. We take
when I was in LA, I eat also Mexican food. That is good.
Did they try to get you to eat vegetarian? You know what's happening in LA, right? They're like, no, have a salad. Yeah, he's like, nah, dude, I'm from Iceland. I want like a moose.
Yeah. No, I don't eat the grass. I say no. The animal eat grass.
I'm gonna go outside and graze the front yard. Hold on, I'll be right back. What's your favorite American movie?
And my favorite American movie is called Eagle's Nest. It's an old movie with Clint Eastwood and Richard Burton.
Oh, you like them Clint Eastwoods. You like them bang. Hey, for the guy who's throwing banana peels, you like a lot of gun movies.
Dirty Harry boy.
Yeah. Look at that. Are you a big like Star Wars fan, Marvel fan? Are you big into that?
Yeah, Marvel. Yeah, not Star Wars. I'm not.
Hey, all right, we're really good friends now. We're really good friends because I like Marvel over Star Wars as well. That's why I like it now even more. What else is some good stuff? Because we want people to really get to know you. Like I said, I want people to really, truly get to understand you. So what is your favorite thing to do? Do you like sports?
Yeah, we play basketball, handball, football.
Favorite sport?
Handball.
Dude, my son loves handball. They played it at school, right? And so he likes baseball, and they did a lot of hand. He loves playing. Here's the problem. He's 10. I'm 38. I'm starting to get old, man. I try and play handball, right? But then, like, I have to go for the cheat codes. I have to hit it really high so we can't get it because I don't want to run.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's sad what's happening in my life. That's what's happening in my life. Okay, so when's the first movie or theatric production? When is that going to release where people can see that? Do we know?
Yeah, I think it's around Christmas time.
Let me guess. You're a cop?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's Christmas time.
Okay, so Christmas time's the first one. And then you said you have some movies and you have some television series. So is that the start, and then essentially 2022 is kind of a rollout of a lot of different projects that you have?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So we're going to be on the lookout for the next couple months, obviously, and the 2022 rollout for Einar. And man, I'm really happy that you came by, man. I'm happy that you got to sit here and talk, and my audience is going to love it, dude, because they like people who like to have a good time. I'm pretty sure I'll get emails about the banana and stuff like that. So we'll see. You know, it'll happen.
I love some banana.
Yeah, what are you doing with this guy? Leave him alone with the banana. I'm like, what do you want me to go? The banana's a good one. So let me get this question for you. What is your go-to, man, when you're having a bad day? What's the one thing that cheers you up?
Cheers me up is going home with my wife.
Not much more that needs to be said. There might be some banana peels. We don't know, but I can tell you, I love it. I love it. That's a great response. You know, some people always want like a pure getaway, like, you know, by themselves, right? Not around anybody else. But you find solace. Obviously, it's why you married her. You know, in your wife, she makes you feel better. How has her support for your transition been? Because it, you know, man, acting's not an easy thing, and it, you know, and people don't always have faith in other people acting when they're the spouse, right? Because How was that transition for her, man? How has she been so supportive?
She have 100% support me, and my agent in America, Steve Joyner, he said, your life has been easy until now, until you started. After that, you will be very busy. So that's the time when you need the family support. And I got it. I have my 100%, my kids. I have 4 kids and 7 grandkids.
You got a birthday party. Inflatable slides. I got 2 kids. My 2 kids are part of 9 grandkids, you know, for them. They're not my 9 grandkids. I would be having a pool party at the nearest bridge if that was the case. I can't do that. I got my own 2 kids as it is, and they drive me nuts. I love them to death. This has been, I mean, totally a lot of fun, man. I really enjoyed you being able to play and show us, you know, that side of you, which lends the credence to what you're doing, not only as an actor, but this dude is really a good human being, you know, just naturally a good person. So I want to thank you for that. I also want to thank you for all the work that you are doing and have done behind the scenes of trying to help people and giving back as much as you possibly can and sharing that open experience for people.
I'm looking forward to go to the States and work there as an actor.
Oh yeah, well we don't want you as a cop. You haven't worked with guns long enough. You come here as an actor. You do it as an actor.
Yeah. I will be an actor.
Look, I'm looking forward, man, when you come out here to do some things. Obviously, you know, we want to hold a live event when you do come out and pump that. We're going to be going on a big network, you know, here. So I want to have you back once we make that transition to the bigger network with a lot more viewers. And our reach is going to go globally for the Independent Mouth. So I'd like to invite you back when that happens so that you get an even bigger response than we're going to get from, you know, what takes place here. And like I said, we had a mutual friend, Steve, and we'll be bringing that back into play, and we'll get you back on the show then, man. So I want to thank you so much, Einar, for coming in. Once again, family, this is Einar Haroldsson. He is from Iceland. He is an actor, former police officer. He has got a big year. 2022 is going to be the year of Iceland here in America for all the movies showing around, and he's going to be making his rounds. Einar, thank you so much for stopping by the Independent Mouth.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It's my pleasure.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And
Thank you
have
very
a
much.
great rest of your day. And for all the fans and
Yeah.
folks out there, once again, Einar Haroldsson, thank you so much for coming by. And I am your host, Anthony.